The Premier League is about to kick off, and one club that everyone should be looking at is Liverpool, and in this video we're going to discuss why. Liverpool fans, it's time to get excited. One key thing that I think has been added to this Liverpool side since Arne Slot walked through the door is the idea of flexibility. The idea to be able to play in different systems, in different formations, utilise different roles, and more importantly, utilise different players and different roles to get a specific skill set out of said player. For example, we have seen Liverpool set up with a midfield pivot. We've also seen them change to have more of two attacking midfielders with one singular pivot. That can then change. You've also got the defensive aspect. But one thing that I've been really encouraged by is the role that Harvey Elliott has played in this 10 role. We're going to see a couple of moments later on where he really thrives, and it's actually one of the key moments and reasons that I believe Liverpool are going to have a sensational campaign with Harvey Elliott in this side. But really it's the fluctuation and the flexibility that is given through these different tactical approaches that Arne Slot brings. For example, Mo Salah likes to drift infield, and that's perfectly normal, but with Elliott in the 10, he's happy to drift out to the right hand side. He can then come back as well. We've also seen width play. We've seen the fullbacks really come and drive forwards, but at the same time, infield runs to be able to capitalise on space that's left behind the opposition. This is down to Liverpool willing to play a more possession-based system. The centre-backs dropping deep, splitting across, making sure that they're able to play the ball through and then spread out wide. The moment this happens and the moment a team starts to press upon them, you see long passes, whether it be from Kelleher, whether it be from Alisson, or even from the centre-backs. Virgil van Dijk will be a massive, massive part of this. The ability to play the ball over the top and then utilise the pace and beyond is something that I think is really crucial for this Liverpool side, not only because it looks like a very good avenue to go down, but it also utilises the assets that they have. It utilises the characteristics that these players have. Luis Diaz running down the wing. You've got Salah, obviously, running down the wing. Diogo Jota being able to hold the ball up and then bring others into play. Again, we'll see some of these moments a little bit later, but the quality that is in this Liverpool side really tailors itself very well to a number of different tactics. The ability to really change different aspects, have a fullback come into midfield, for example, and partner the lone centre defensive midfielder. The ability for a fullback to then go on the outside. We've seen on several occasions the ability for Liverpool's fullbacks to drift infield, very much like you've seen Ange Postecoglou do with Tottenham. Now, it's not to the same extent, but the effects are similar. The bolstering of midfield to allow for better wide play out on these wings. The point I'm trying to make is that the tactical flexibility that Arne Slot has brought to this Liverpool side gives them a whole different dimension to be able to use. And it's in that, and it's in Liverpool's quality, that they're going to see huge performances, a different style of play, but one that might end up being a little bit more potent, and one that might start to control games a little bit better, less of the frantic nature, and one of a cold, calculated, thoughtful process that in the end is going to reap massive benefits. The play that Liverpool have in possession is going to almost goad teams on to wanting to press them. Here we have them in against Arsenal, and we've got 3 Arsenal players actually in the Liverpool box. It's going to go back to Kelleher, who's then going to kick the ball long, and they're not afraid to do that. Just because they're a possession-based side now doesn't mean that they can't utilise different opportunities, and sometimes when a team presses really high, you know the space is going to be in beyond. So why not utilise that? The ball goes long, and actually it finds its way to Diogo Jota, who does a fantastic job of holding on to the defender. Look at how aggressive Gabriel is trying to be onto Jota here, but he holds his strength, he holds his power, and he holds his player, and it allows for the knockdown to Elliott, who's going to see a perfectly timed run over from Mohamed Salah. And this is what I'm talking about, the dynamism, the flexibility, the fluctuation, and the real rotation in possession and play. ways of playing, different ways of playing. The ball is going to come back to Elliott and he's going to play it through to Mohamed Salah. It's a great weighted pass. But again, look how dynamic it is. Utilising the space in behind. There's no point in possession for possession's sake. They're going to utilise that space in behind and then really occupy it, take it. They're going to take the space that's afforded to them, and it's through this quick passing that is really going to allow Liverpool to really capitalise on the aggression that opposition sides are going to play. Of course, the ball gets perfectly weighted through to Mo Salah, like I said, and it's then about, can he finish? Well, he's Mo Salah, so of course he can finish, and it's just a singular example of how good Liverpool could be, not only in the transition, but it's a transition that they created, if that makes sense. They've really goaded the team onto them and then utilised the space in behind. Really well done and quality play. Now this is the new Liverpool. Possession, quality in possession, but also getting bodies into the box. This is a particular piece of build-up play that I really enjoy. So we've got Szoboszlai out on this right-hand side. You can't quite see him, but if I zoom in here, you can see he's just about to receive the pass. Here he's going to hold off a player from Arsenal, but look at the space, and in particular, look at the amount of space towards the centre of the pitch. Now, you might say that Arsenal have this covered. You might say that Arsenal can easily just enter this space, but so could a Liverpool player. And in particular, I want you to notice Harvey Elliott, who's going to realise that this space exists and just move into it. And all of a sudden, he's got quite a bit of room to work with. And this is how the move gets built up. This is how the move gets created. It's really well done. Szoboszlai is going to move forwards and drive with the ball. He's going to take on Odegaard and then open up a little bit extra space. And again, it's about the Liverpool players being able to take this space, being able to beat a man and take him out of the game for a moment. This is so very important. Nick creates the space for Elliott here. He turns and is able to really pick up his head really brilliantly. He takes the turn on the swivel. Look here. Takes the turn on the swivel, and then what happens is he's able to lift his foot up. Love this little move as well, by the way. Bit of skill, love it, it's fantastic. Takes his touch, takes his move, and then he's ready to try and find a pass. What's going to happen? Once this happens and once Elliott receives the pass, you know that the instructions come in to have runs, to have an ability to run in beyond. Look how high this Arsenal line is. Liverpool need runners in beyond. They need to beat that offside trap. You've got 1, 2. I'm sure he would spin if he wanted to. Diogo Jota could have done that as well from this left-hand side, bending a run into the box. But you've got 2 here in Carvalho, and of course, you've got an extra run in Szoboszlai. He's not happy with just playing the ball off. Instead, he's going to drive towards the box. Really important. The ball gets played over the top. Fantastic by Elliott. We mentioned Elliott a little bit earlier, didn't we? It's a great pass. He takes it brilliantly and he chips it over the top. It's brilliantly worked, brilliantly weighted, and of course, it ends up being a goal. It's just fantastic, and this is the kind of stuff that Liverpool fans can really look forwards to and just really anticipate. I think it's going to be really exciting. Liverpool look quality. You're then talking about their defensive qualities. So you've got the back four right here. You've actually got the midfield right here. Don't mind the fact that Jota's dropped back into a left mid position. That's absolutely fine. It's just swapped with Carvalho right here. And of course, you've got the 2 strikers dropping down into a 4-4-2, making themselves compact, making themselves difficult to break down. Look at how compact this line is. Look at how tucked in Tsimikas is. Look how high up the likes of Conor Bradley is. It's really good, really well done. And then, of course, we're talking about how well they can recover the ball. How well can they go? Then the ball gets played into the midfield, and all of a sudden you've got Szoboszlai jumping. You've got him jumping on that player, and it's all about making sure that you can capitalise on the moments that the opponents falter. And it's about making the opponents falter. Liverpool do this really well. Of course, they did it fantastically under Jurgen Klopp, but it's nice to see that this is still here. The energy, the dynamism. Look at the run from Bradley right here. I just want to focus on that as well. Look at this. Dynamism. Real dynamism. And that's really important to have with the possession-based play that Liverpool have. Don't be stagnant. Don't stand still. You need to have the ball. You need to be able to find passes. You need to be able to find good teammates, good options. And then look at this run. Brilliantly well worked. And then all of a sudden, what is this? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onto essentially 1, 2, 3. Really well done. It's so impressive, and this is something I think Premier League teams are really going to need to look at, because it's so dangerous from Liverpool. So let's take it back for a moment, because again, this is Harvey Elliott. I really like this pass played through into the centre of the pitch, and again, Harvey Elliott's about to receive the pass. He takes the ball, and just as he controls it, It's all about finding where the space is. And Diogo Jota is out on this left-hand side, and he knows that he's found some space here. Harvey Elliott is going to receive the pass and just turn. And as he turns, he's able to see it. Just look, he's got his head up right here. And this is really scary. This is why it's so dangerous. Because of the way that he's able to turn almost in one motion, the Arsenal players can't confront. And it's this pass here that's so important, so crucial. And he finds this pass. And it's just opening up teams. And I think it's going to happen time after time again in the Premier League. Quality, composure. And it's all about whether you can make those moments work and count. In this particular instance, Jota hits the post, but we know how clinical Diogo Jota can be, and it's made because Elliott's able to get his head up. I think it's going to be a really exciting time for Liverpool fans. I mentioned him a little bit earlier, but Harvey Elliott is going to have an absolutely sensational campaign with Liverpool. I'm absolutely convinced of it. He is going to be a key player here in this 10 role. No longer is he being put out onto the right-hand side. No longer is he being asked to play almost as an 8. No, he is the 10 for Liverpool, and I think he's going to be sensational. The way he picks up the ball and is able to find different passes. He's got an eye for a pass. He can drive past people, and in fact, if we look at some of his statistics, he is just phenomenal. Not only is he getting a good goal return, not only is he getting a good assist return at 0.43 per 90, he's also got 3.03 progressive carries per 90, 7.78 progressive passes per 90. That puts him in the 90th percentile and 96th percentile respectively in Europe's top 5 leagues against midfielders. He is just sensational, and I believe in this Liverpool setup, in this 10 role, he's going to be allowed to drift where he wants to. And like I said earlier, being able to have that rotation role with Mohamed Salah, being able to drive forwards towards these central areas. He's smart enough to be able to pick up pockets of space. He's clever, he's smart, and I think in this freer role that Arne Slot is going to give him, he's going to grow into that playmaker I think everyone saw. He's not a winger, he's not an 8, he's a 10, and in this system I think he will absolutely flourish, and he's going to be a key player for Liverpool going forward, so watch out for him. I think he's going to have an absolutely breakout campaign. He's been on the periphery at Liverpool for quite some time, not necessarily getting that first team spot. I think in this season he will, and he's going to be one to watch. He's going to be phenomenal. I mentioned the tactic of Liverpool wanting to encourage teams to really start to press them, and it happens here in this scenario as well. So this is the game against Sevilla, and we've got one player pressing, 2, 3, 4. Look at how many Sevilla players are actually in the Liverpool half. But instead, it goes back to Alisson, who then kicks it long. And then what you're doing is asking Diogo Jota to really utilise his body, utilise his power, pick up the ball, hold on to it. And it's exactly what he does. As the ball drops, you can actually see the shadow of the ball right here. As the ball drops, it just gets floated over the top of the players, and he's able to take control of it. Now, all of a sudden, Liverpool have got themselves so many yards further forwards. They're now in the opposition half. They're now driving towards the opposition box. There's nothing wrong with going route one, especially when you've orchestrated that yourself. And, of course, you've got Luis Diaz down this left-hand side, and he's able to drive forwards. And it's about whether Diogo Jota can find his teammate in this system, and we know he's got quality, so of course he can. Of course, Diaz drives towards the box. But it all gets orchestrated afterwards, and it's a great finish. I mean, look at that. Brilliantly finished towards the top corner. But if I just take that back a moment as well, it's all down to the way that Liverpool want to build up. They want to encourage teams on. Come and press us. Come on, come and press us, because we will go over the top. We're backing our striker. We're backing the fact that he's going to be able to take the ball. And then all of a sudden, the pace for Liverpool comes into play. And then you've got the quality of their creation on the ball. It's really, really impressive. And it just shows another added edge to this Liverpool sword. Finally, let's take a look at one more. I think I'm making my point, but we can have a look at one more because I think it's really exciting for Liverpool fans. So here we've got a Sevilla press going on, 2, 3. There's actually 3 Sevilla players in the box. Now, it's going to be a little bit nervy for Liverpool fans on occasion. There are going to be a couple of mistakes, so it's not going to be perfect all of the time, but this is something to really look forwards to when they get it right. Alisson's obviously got the ball, he's going to go long, and with Alisson's kicking, you know that he's probably going to find a Liverpool player more often than not. But look how many Sevilla players are actually pressing. That's 5 Sevilla players in and around the Liverpool penalty area. Remember, Liverpool have possession. They're happy to do this. They want to do this. They want to encourage the teams on so that they can bypass this and go long. It's a tactic that I think is going to be a little bit risky at times, but it's going to pay massive dividends later on. Of course, the ball goes long, and it's then about who can hold the ball up. In this particular particular instance, it's actually Mo Salah. Now, we know Salah's core strength. We know his ability to really hold off players. But in this particular instance, he's going to be able to trap the ball and then recycle it around to Diogo Jota. And what I want you to focus on right here is the third player in this motion, and that is Dominic Szoboszlai right here. Now, he's playing in a more of a deeper role in this particular scenario, but in that, he's able to change from a centre mid or even like a low-lying centre attacking midfielder and then drive forwards. And you're going to see this run right here. He's going to overlap towards the outside of Mo Salah. You might think Salah could find that pass immediately, but it's about driving the Sevilla players towards one space and then moving it quickly towards another. It's incredibly difficult to defend against, and once you get it done correct, you've got the motion of Szoboszlai, you've got a pass that goes in to Jota. I'm sure Salah wants the 1-2, but Jota finds the pass over to Szoboszlai, and it's really, really well done. They drive. I mean, look at that. Look at that here. So you got one Liverpool player, two Liverpool player, and the Sevilla players are on red alert. This is danger. Danger time, because it's so dangerous. Salah running in beyond. Szoboszlai running in beyond. A good pass and well weighted from Diogo Jota. Really well done, really well worked, and it's just so impressive, so good. So many teams in the Premier League, I think, are going to be caught out by this because of how quickly Liverpool do it and the efficiency that they do it as well. Here, Szoboszlai is going to drive with the ball, and it's all about can he find his pass over to his teammate in Luis Diaz, who is running. I mean, it's rapid, isn't he? He's able to play the ball across, and it ends up being a goal. Liverpool are going to be sensational to watch. I think they're going to be extremely entertaining, but they're also going to be very, very dangerous. I said at the start of the video that Liverpool fans should be very, very excited, and I really do mean that. It's going to be extremely exciting, extremely entertaining. And I can't wait for the Premier League to start and see what this new look Liverpool side is going to offer in these competitive matches. But of course, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something new, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care.